Hey guys, how's it going? Today we have a menagerie of stuff to plant and it's a family affair. We're all out here, but it's beautiful.
It's such a nice day.
It is.
Like if every day could be like this.
I know.
It'd be wonderful.
I know. It would be. So this is what we've got going. I am trying to work through as many of the plants back by the high tunnel as we can before it gets cold. And today is just such a perfect planting day. So these are all kind of leftovers from other projects. Like we've got 2 Invincible Sublimes, which we're gonna actually be planting those first right in here. We've got 2 perfect spots for them. We've got 2 Firelight Hydrangeas, which we're gonna be popping up in the front flower bed. We've got 1 Quick Fire Fab in here, which I think I know where that one's gonna go. And then we have 4 each of these perennials. So this is a fairly new one, the Totally Stoked White Caps. This is a Stokecia or Stokesaster. Big, beautiful white flowers. I've showed this one earlier this season. We planted them out, but I cannot for the life of me remember where we planted these. They're
Stokesaster?
out. They must be out by the pond, maybe?
Oh.
I don't know. They're out here somewhere. Anyway, we've also got 4 of the White Wands Veronica. And if you want a perennial for pollinators, this is 100% the one you should plant. This is one of the most attractive, I don't know why, plants to pollinators that we have out in our garden. I mean, I would put this one right up there with Hydrangea and Echinops. And yeah, things like that. This is just a good one. And it says this one gets 14 to 16 inches tall. In my experience, they get a little bit taller than that, but they bloom beautifully. You can see this one's even trying. It's got some buds on it, but they've got nice, healthy looking canopies, leaf canopies here. Oh, little buds right here. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the Sublimes, which these can grow anywhere from 3.5 to 5 feet tall and wide. And I did plant a Weigela out here earlier this season. I don't think was getting enough water in the beginning and it died. So we're gonna pop this one out. No big deal.
That died.
It did. I don't think it was getting sufficient water in the beginning.
Yeah, it's moist now.
Well, it is now.
Does it just went too long?
Yeah, I think so.
Gotcha.
So I think this is actually going to be even better. We've got a peony right here and we've got a serviceberry right here. So if we kind of position this one behind those 2 things from the front, pop out here, I think it'll just fill in that space just perfectly. And same thing for right over here. If we pop the other one, like right back behind the iris that we just planted, I think that would be nice.
Hey, you should show this over here.
What is it?
I think I'm going to take this tree out because it gets powdery mildew. Is that what this is?
I don't know. It doesn't really.
It's got such a weird growth habit.
It's an Apollo maple.
It's an Apollo maple, and it just, like, since we planted it, it just has grown weird. And then the leaves started doing this. And I think that we need, I don't know why it does this, but I think we need a bigger tree over here anyway. Like a tree that'll get wider and bigger.
I think you're right. This one gets like 10 feet, but you can see like the main part of the tree is here, and then it's only just thrown off a couple of random branches on this side. It's trying to balance this little one right here.
We planted a long time ago though.
We did.
It was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I feel like it should have more growth since then.
It has grown upwards though. You know though, Aaron, if you want a vertical accent,
What?
That'd be the one.
To do what?
If you really wanted a vertical accent, strong vertical accent.
Well, it might be a good tree. It's just maybe not for this spot or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I think we need something that gets eventually bigger and wider and you know, is not just like a really narrow growing tree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just FYI, Amy is behind us applying iron to things today. Just in case you're
like
wondering.
this needs it. She said she already gave this some
this
iron.
one already got it today.
But see, like that.
Mm-hmm. That's, definite chlorosis showing up, because what ends up happening, this is a perfect example, is that the veins get that dark green while the rest of the leaf tissue gets a lighter green. Baby girl, your face. You need to go wipe it.
Mama.
What?
I got you stuff.
What'd you get me? Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Do you know what this kind of flower is called?
What?
Phlox.
Phlox?
Yes. Beautiful. Sunset coral.
And what are those pink ones?
Those are proudberry coral berries.
Can you not pick those
You can pick it. This one started out as like 2 little sticks that I dug up from another spot and put over here. Just don't eat it. Okay, let's place this second one. I think these are going to be so beautiful because the blooms are that real chartreusey lime color, and they just look refreshing out in the garden. Like right in here. Let's look from the front. I'm gonna scoot it this way just a little bit, but that's perfect. Super nice to have help digging out here. I was not expecting that today, but I think everybody is just looking for a good reason to be out here because it's so beautiful. That looks really good back there. Oh, just fills in that hole beautifully. And then look at this one right here. I love it. It's like the sun is shining right down on that one, just highlighting it. Oh, I love it when those perfect spots just kind of present themselves to you. So now we're gonna head up to the front entryway flower bed to plant the 2 extra firelights. Looks like it's getting water right now on this side. All right, guys, so we have decided to go ahead and fill in this whole area with firelights. So we're gonna pop 2 of them in now, and then I think tomorrow we're gonna go on a mission.
Oh, try to find some more?
Yeah, try to find some more. So we can maybe get this whole area, depending on what we find, filled so that they all can break dormancy in this spot next year and look beautiful. So let me show you them. The ones on this side, we planted before these, and they look a lot better. I don't know why. They are so beautiful. Oh, the ones on this side look like they've dried out a little bit or something. I don't know. They'll all be fine. The blooms just aren't quite as vivid on this side. So I'm thinking...
Don't you think it's not ideal to plant them when they're all in bloom?
Probably not. And when
Like,
it's still pretty hot.
If you could throw them in the early spring
Yep.
or in the fall,
Uh-huh.
that's probably the ideal time to plant.
For sure.
And if you don't want them to brown out.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking we tuck one in back here and
Okay.
then maybe another one here. And then we need to figure out, I guess, how many more we need.
Well, you mark the spots, I'll start digging.
Okay, we're gonna try not to make a huge mess in the soil, but these hydrangeas, the pattern matches these over here. So of course we can't keep going with the hydrangeas on this side, but I think it's gonna look really striking if we can get them to all take and just fill in this area. All right, there we go. There are the 2 additions toward the back. Erin is just emptying out the soil into our pile over there. And we're estimating we're gonna need between 15 and 20, I think, more hydrangeas to complete this entire flower bed if we continue to space them the same, which we need to make it look nice. That is going to be amazing, which will make how many? 2, 10. So let's say we had to add 15, that'd be 25 hydrangeas all in one spot. It's gonna be gorgeous. All right, I think Erin is gonna break off and go do some lawn mowing while we tackle the perennials and our quickfire vab hydrangea, and then hopefully we get to our redbud tree. Did I say treed with a D? Gosh, those annuals do not look tired. The Marshmallow Bidens, Peachy Keen Superbena, James Britannia Safari Sky. That's a winner. Gorgeous. Okay, quick fire fab. These get 6 to 8, I think. Yeah, 6 to 8 feet tall, 5 to 6 feet wide. I think I would like to put this next to some iris we planted recently on the side of the gazebo. I'm thinking like right in here because we've got an Arctic Fire Yellow Dogwood, and then we've got a Durvella right down here. That's not a Durvella, that's a Weigela right there. And then we've got our iris. We will be planting some sort of vine here on this trellis, but it would be nice, especially from this side, to have some bright white blooms popping right there. I think that'd be a really pretty view. And usually quick fire fabs are bottom to top bloom. And this corner of our garden tends to hold on to a little bit more water because the soil is so compacted. It's so hard pan, but the hydrangeas typically benefit from that. So it's probably a really good place for it. And there it is. Just imagine that bigger, full of white blooms. Oh, that's gonna be really pretty. Really pretty. In the same area, we do have the El Nino Chitalpa, a black lace elderberry, a Corinthian linden, also a gin-fizz juniper, which is gorgeous. So we don't have room to put anything that's gonna get massive in this space. So I think popping a few shrubs that are gonna get, you know, decent size, but not massive, is gonna be perfect. All right, the Veronica and Stokes asters next. Okay, we are near where we began today with our hydrangeas to plant the Stokes asters. As I was driving by it earlier, I just thought this would be a really fun place to put them because they've got a little bit of a different texture than everything else. We've got some Sting arbovitas, which struggled a bit this year. In fact, we were just talking about these earlier today. They kind of sat here. This one looked like it was really struggling, and then it pushed some new green growth, and they all look like they're on the mend. So hopefully those take, because these Stings, you guys, they get like, what was it, like 20 or 25 feet tall, and they stay 1.5 to 2 feet wide. So they're really, really tall, like pencils in the garden. And I think having the 3 of them together over here would be really cool if they would take and like this space. But for now, right at the base, I think filling in with the white Stokes asters would be a really pretty bright spot back here because we have an angel white lilac that I absolutely adore. It is a gorgeous lilac. And bright white blooms in the spring, but once it's done, I miss that white color over here so much. So if we have something to kind of pick up that white color and bloom later on in the season, I'm gonna love it. But just look at this. Look at the gloss on these leaves. It's just an amazing plant. All right, we've got 4 of these and we're just gonna pop them all in the same spot. They get about 26 inches tall, spread out 30 some inches, 3 feet, upwards of 3 feet. My goodness. But we're gonna ignore the width and we're gonna kind of put them close together. Okay, there they are. Now, I don't think I mentioned these are a zone 5 through 9, and they start blooming early summer and go through the end of summer. Erin's mowing right up there. I think they're gonna be a great fit in this spot. And as I was planting these, I looked down the way and thought that the Veronica would look really beautiful tucked in right here. So in this space, we have some of the Snowfire Aronias. Remember, we just planted 10 of these out in the Dirtlands, and they're so gorgeous. Look at all of the berries. And these are on their way to their fall color. They're just amazing. I love how they fill in back here, and I'm doing my best to try to not neglect back areas because we drive them. We drive by or walk by these areas every single day, sometimes multiple times in a day. And I don't want there to be spaces that just look like they're neglected. I want them to look full and beautiful as well. So what I end up kind of doing is putting the taller stuff toward the middle and then graduating down in the front and then graduating down again in the back. So we've got hollyhocks here that we started from seed. We've got a Wichita blue juniper, the Apollo maple that Erin wants to get rid of. I'm totally fine with whatever he decides on that. We could use something with a little bit of a wider canopy here, but this is a perfect spot for the Veronica. Those look so great around the base of the hollyhocks there. All perennials look kind of cute when they're first planted, like little boop, 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 boop. I love it. But in the end, they will make a beautiful, complete, full drift. And usually my goal for a lot of the spaces in our garden, and I've been asked this before, like why don't leave more separation between plants? And you know, some people like there to be space so you can see each individual plant. And while there are some cases that I like that, I largely plant really thick because it suppresses weeds. It also keeps the soil cool so we don't have to water quite as much. It's not as much work. I know it kind of seems like it would be more work because you've got cutting back and things like that, but I try to choose things that don't need much attention, things that don't need to be deadheaded all the time. And usually if you can eliminate the weeding portion of gardening chores, that usually takes up so much more time than coming through, you know, once a season and shearing it back. I can't remember the zone. I'm not sure I said that on the Veronica. Let me look. Yeah, so these say 16 inches tall, and like I said, I think for us they get a little bit bigger than that, probably closer to the 20, 22 inch side of things, so not hugely different. And then they spread out, spacing of 20 inches in their zone 4 through 8. So that concludes our gator full of plants. So we're gonna run back and get the redbud. I think we've got time to do that. And Aaron said that he would come help dig that hole. In fact, we might even use the tractor auger, I'm not sure, depending on where we're gonna plant it. I love to hear you humming. You're a sweet girl. Autumn blaze maples are starting to turn a little bit. This looks nothing like it did when we bought it. You guys, we bought this earlier this season. This is a Midnight Express Redbud, and it usually has burgundy leaves. It's kind of like the forest pansy redbud sort of look, but this one gets a little bit bigger. So you can see the color of the leaves right there on the tag. This one gets 20 to 30 feet tall and 10 to 20 feet wide. Zone 5 through 9. But this poor thing, it kept on blowing over in the wind. I mean, every day it was blown over. And so we finally put it in the high tunnel where it wasn't getting the light that it wanted. And it is starting to turn its fall color too. So anyway, we're gonna not be able to judge this one until it pushes new growth this next spring. The overall shape is beautiful and it was gorgeous when we bought it. I love the spread. Looks like there's a few longer branches on this side, but overall it's just gorgeous shape. So let's go get it planted. And there's the Redbud. So that's the back of our neighbor's garage. So it's quite perfect, just tucked in back here. We've got some wild roses in here, just rugosa roses. And then one of our little blue spruces that came out of one of our east side pots. And then a Serbian spruce, some spring grove arborvitaes, a lilac. And Samantha is watering a linden tree. Kind of just a mixed bag of stuff back here, but I cannot wait to see what it looks like, especially when we see some purple leaves on this next year. That'll be a really beautiful contrast to everything else in this space. You're doing a great job, Samantha. She loves to have a job. It's pretty cute. And again, this one grows 20 to 30 feet tall, 10 to 20 feet wide. So even at its widest, it will not reach our neighbor's fence down there. So I think it'll be perfect. And you guys, that is gonna do it for today's projects. What a great load of stuff in the ground. That makes me feel so good, because while we can winter things over in their containers in the high tunnel, it does create extra work for us because we have to be out there watering them ever so often, checking on them. They're just better off in the ground. They have way more insulation around their root balls. It's early enough, I feel like, still yet in the season. I mean, we're getting pretty warm still, 77 or 78 today, that they're gonna have time to root in at least a little bit before it gets really super cold. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having a really good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.